Good morning. This is Kellerland on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
A woman is dead and authorities in Yankton are trying to figure out who killed her. The investigation began Monday with a report of an assault on Walnut Street in the south central part of town. The victim was brought to the hospital where she died of her injuries.
Tuesday afternoon, authorities located a person of interest in the case, 31-year-old Adrian Lund. At this point, he is not charged, but he does have a lengthy criminal record in Iowa, which includes convictions for burglary and assault. In federal court, he's served time for being involved in the sale of stolen guns and for escaping from custody. Authorities in Roberts County say a Minnesota man was arrested after speeding in a school zone earlier this month. The sheriff's office says deputies were enforcing speed limits in the school zone in front of the Rochholt School on May 11th.
Officials say the deputies stopped Michael Byland for going 32 miles an hour in a 15-mile-an-hour school zone. After an investigation, authorities say the deputies found meth in Byland's possession. He's also facing a list of charges, including possession of meth and possession of marijuana. Authorities in Davison County are investigating an incident in rural Mount Vernon. The sheriff's office says a resident reported that 5 people were on his property Monday morning. They left when the owner, who was outside mowing, noticed them.
Later that evening, the owner found that people had been in the house and that money was missing. He also said that a different group of people was on his property on Sunday. It's not known if these incidents are related.
Officials say a vehicle involved is described as a light-colored 4-door sedan. If you have any information that could help solve the case, you're asked to call the Davison County Sheriff's Office.
Some residents in Spearfish had an interesting visitor on Tuesday. Spearfish police say a mountain lion was seen in the Wyoming Court neighborhood. Authorities shared these photos of the lion. It could be seen in a tree in the area. Officers
kept the area clear until conservation officers and wildlife biologists with the South Dakota Game Fish and Parks arrived. They were able to get a net underneath the mountain lion before tranquilizing and relocating it.
Now let's get a check of our weather with meteorologist Scott Monk. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning, Lauren. Good morning, everybody. We are waking up to temperatures in the 50s and 60s, and looks like a day with temperatures in the 80s for afternoon highs, or maybe an isolated shower, thunder shower that develops near Aberdeen or Watertown later this afternoon. You see a high temperature of 85 in Aberdeen, 82 in Watertown, 85 in Sioux Falls and Pierre, 80 today in Rapid City, remaining dry and I would say warm across eastern Kellerland for the next several days. The best chance we do have at rain is found across western South Dakota. More details on your forecast with Brian coming up.
Thank you, Scott. The South Dakota Better Business Bureau is warning people of a scam after several people reported losing money on the website Dare Send. An investigation uncovered that the site was registered under a Chinese company that pretended to sell tires before switching to women's clothing.
It also used an Avon, South Dakota address, but the owner confirmed they were not running a business out of their Avon home. The BBB says this is a common tactic with scam websites.
We tell consumers all the time, if there is not an address and a name and a contact me at the bottom of a website, that you shouldn't order from that organization. So they have used then this address in Avon in an effort to lend credibility to what it is that they are doing.
If you are shopping online, it's important to check the URL, use a credit card over debit, and document your purchases in case you need to make a report. Some utility rates could be increasing in Sioux Falls over the next 4 years. For the average homeowner in the city, the increases could start next year.
The utilities that could see rate increases are water purification, sewer, storm drainage, and the sanitary landfill. However, it doesn't mean that you'll be directly affected by every single increase. At this time, there's no price hike for city light and power.
The rate increases that we brought forward in 2019 to fund through 2023, we rehabilitated like 11 wastewater lift stations. Those are all existing assets that were timed that they needed to be invested in with new electrical systems, new HVAC systems, upgrading pumps. And so we're kind of that next generation now where we've got to make that next round of investments on other assets that are part of the utility systems so we can deliver reliable utilities for our customers.
The discussion will continue at the next few City Council meetings and it'll be voted on June 20th. A game of chance to benefit a pair of local nonprofits continues to gain momentum in Sioux Falls. JJ's Wine, Spirits, and Cigars has been hosting its Find the Queen of Hearts event every Tuesday since February.
Half the money collected ends up in the prize pool, while the other half is split between Dakota Dachshund Rescue and Ronald McDonald House Charities of South Dakota.
Longstanding clients have enjoyed something different, to kind of engage in. So that was kind of our purpose in doing this, along with helping to raise some money for some quality charities.
Keep the Queen away, and we raise more and more money for the Ronald McDonald House Charities and also for Dakota Dachshund Rescue.
If you'd like to participate in the drawing, we've provided a link under this story right here on KELOLAND.com. That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, our weather forecast. Well, more of the same. The trends have certainly been dry for much of the region. We're looking at this stalled boundary to our west. Not a lot of change here today. There could be an isolated thunderstorm in the west, but I would say tomorrow night, it's a little more important that we start watching to see how many of these can cross into western South Dakota. You can certainly tell the boundary to our northwest is more active. Showers and storms there. Sioux Falls, we're going to leave things dry. We've got this large area of high pressure to our east that's cranking in a southeast wind, which initially is not going to be humidity-wise very strong. It's going to be actually pretty dry air. I would say the recycling nature of shower and thunderstorm clusters, western Nebraska, western South Dakota, those things are going to kind of repeat from time to time, not just in the short term, but also into really throughout the Memorial Day weekend. I think that that's going to be the story. And then eventually, early next week, some of this could move east. That will be highly dependent upon how fast that high pressure ridge to our east begins to move out. There's a chance by Memorial Day of a little rain East River, but it's probably a better setup beyond that. And I'm still pretty slow to pushing this rain in, even though the 10-day window tends to bring more of it east here over time. It's a slow process. So that'll be important that we watch that the next few days, because it's going to get drier before things get wetter again. We've got 85 today in Yankton, 83 in Winter, 80 degrees in Rapid City. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Low to mid 80s likely Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I would say Monday too, Sioux Falls area. We'll see how that rain chance develops by early next week. That could tease Aberdeen as well. But a lot of consistency on highs, not really moving a lot. Mid-80s, even for Pierre, I would say a lot of the forecast in the low to mid-80s. But there are chances of rain for central South Dakota. That would definitely be an uptick. And I would even argue for the west, it's even better. There are several chances of showers and thunderstorms. A lot of these will kind of repeat in that cycle in the late afternoon and evening, and highs primarily in the mid to upper 70s. Check out the complete forecast online at KELOLAND.com.